The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snack Box.
If I sound a bit hoarse today, that's because I had the MC job of my life overnight. I hosted the Sapphire Gala, which raises money for the Children's Hospital Foundation, and it's awesome cause. Like, if you ever get a chance, go to the hospital there and do a tour.
Yeah.
It's like an architectural masterpiece. It's like got a scent so that like when you go into a hotel, it smells good and everything's colourful, and they have dogs come in and play with the kids, like things to improve patient outcomes for these kids.
So which hospital?
This is the Children's Hospital.
Where's
So
that?
in South Bank, it was
Right.
originally called Lady Salento.
Oh,
It got
okay.
its rebrand.
That one, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
10 years old this year. But, I mean, heaven forbid anyone
Wow, is that
has
10
to
years
go there.
already?
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
10 years since they opened that. They split out from the Royal.
Yeah, right.
But it's the best paediatric hospital in the Southern Hemisphere. It is
right?
in the top 10 in the world.
Wow.
Like some
Really?
of the tech in there, people are coming to Brisbane across the country because they want to use it. So very, very cool work, and something Brisbane should be super proud of. So
Yeah.
last night we got together and we were raising money for them.
I was going to say very, very expensive work as well.
Very
though.
expensive work. And this crowd is beautiful and they've got nice deep pockets. So we
Wow.
go
They got the
and we
moo-ow.
empty their pockets.
Yes.
We raised about 600 grand last night.
did ya?
Yeah, our silent auctions, and we've still got a raffle and stuff that runs until Monday. So we're still letting people, hopefully we'll hit 700,000. But I tell you what,
great.
I do a lot of MC work. I've never had to contain a crowd quite this hard. I figure there's like, there's a couple of tactics. You can be a shusher. Shh, that's not nice.
do
You
that.
don't do that. That's frowned upon. That's
I find that
rude.
annoying.
You could be you could.
I find
Yes.
that works well.
Oh, yeah.
That's
A
my
ding-
go-to.
But so does someone in the crowd do that, or do you take it up on
Well,
stage?
you can do it yourself
You
with
can
the-
do both.
I
into
get
the
someone.
microphone.
I go. If I see someone I know, I'll go.
You're the glass
Ash,
dinger.
do the glass dinging thing.
Yeah.
I
You
You
literally
could be a
on
primary
mic.
school
No,
teacher.
that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh,
Did you ever used to get that at
nothing
primary
like
school?
a rhythm clap. to get-
I'm waiting.
There's also the wolf
headmaster.
whistle.
Tony Squires used to do. Tony Squires had or probably still does have a great whistle, and he would whistle. Remember that? He'd do that sometimes, and that'd bring
right.
that'd bring everything to a
Look.
to a sudden halt.
I am a
Yeah.
Cairns girl. I've got a wolf whistle in.
Go
me.
on.
No, when I'm wearing an $8,000 dress, I don't do a wolf whistle on stage. It's
Wolf
just
whistle
not.
now.
Can you do one now?
How far from the microphone?
Just blow our ears.
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is a good
That's a
whistle.
new sound effect in the system there, Dill.
That's unreal.
I've never been able to do that.
Anyway, they were so rude that I had to. You know what worked on them? My angry mum voice. I got to a point where I was like, I'm just going to wait.
Did you do
Because
that
there are
face?
Oh,
children.
you did the I'm waiting.
I
you
was
did
like,
the
there
I'm
are
waiting.
children who may not get the privilege to live as old as you are today.
Oh, my God.
So I went angry mum
Heartstrings.
voice.
Oh, did you
I
say?
went
Did
guilt.
you say that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did. One of the mums was in the room whose kid has been sick, and I was like, "Excuse me, a little bit of respect." Anyway, I
Well,
was
you need to do that at that
You do.
function. Like some
There are times.
Some function, I don't care if you talk or not. I'm just going to do my job and get the hell out of here. But like for that, when you're raising money, you need the attention of the
Definitely.
room, particularly for the auctions and things like that.
That would have brought them. That would have brought the talking to a stop pretty quick, wouldn't
they
it?
shut up
Yeah.
quick smart, and I was relieved to know that even though my angry mum voice doesn't work on my children, it can work on adults.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snack Box.
Well, the Lions got it done in the AFL Grand Final last
Yeah.
Saturday, and you went to their dinner last night. Was it their presentation awards?
Yeah, the club
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 champions.
champions. They call it. Yeah.
Club champion.
Yeah, that's what was on the big screen. But it was at the new casino, the Star. Great room, actually. We've got another room.
That'd be one
that
of the
scale
first like functions there, right?
Yeah, I think there's been a couple. Well, I did one there, but there's like it's one of those rooms where they can cut it off or they
Yep,
can make it
divide it up.
big, and it was a big room. There was like 1,000 people. That's the biggest one the Lions have ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you can actually buy tickets to it.
Can you?
So, like, anyone could have gone. If you were a fan,
Yeah, right.
you could just get tickets, which actually makes the Star a great choice for them because 1,000 people is a lot.
That's a big function.
Yeah, that is a big function.
Chris, your boy,
Fags.
Fags was up.
Lutzy's sending me photos of Fags last night just to make me sad that I wasn't in the
He
room.
loves him. And well, we all love him, don't we?
We
now?
do love him.
But he did a great thing I've never seen before. Where he lived, and it sounds when you first think of it, and when he says he's going to do it, you think, here we go, this could go forever. But it just worked, given that they were the premiers and everything. He went from player 1 through to player 50 or whatever. Their numbers, and got them to stand up like every single player and just spoke one-on-one to them. But they had their moment where the players stood up in front of the crowd and the Fags...
From their table?
From their table, and Fags just spoke one-on-one with them about what they meant this season.
Well, what was
and
he
it was
saying?
brilliant.
What were some of the things?
Oh, it's like, honestly, I never thought you would progress as far as you did this year. What you did in the finals was amazing, and I've never said this to you, but you did this, and just those sort of things, and it was brilliant. It was really a great way just to acknowledge every single player, particularly the young players. And there's heaps of young players in the team that stood up. Like in that grand final, as many of those young players stood up as the elder statesmen.
Well, one of them won the Norm Smith.
Exactly.
I only found this out the other day, but if you didn't play in the grand final, you don't get a medal. So, like, Oscar McInerney, who was the
didn't get a
ruck,
medal.
he doesn't, you don't even physically get a medal.
Yeah.
And apparently Lockie Neal said, mate, you can have my other medal, or, he just was like, you're such a,
Yeah.
But I just thought that was crazy, because, a team gets you to the grand final.
Well, he
but
played
it's
every-
made out,
Every game, I think Fags addressed that when he was speaking to McInerney. He said, geez, the only game you didn't play, he said, oh, hang on, you got concussed once, but other than that, he played every single game of the year except for the grand final.
Oh, my God.
But to his credit, McInerney was grinning like a Cheshire
I
cat
know, he's
after
so
the game,
humble.
and still the other
Yeah.
day. So Danaher's retired. He announced
that was big news yesterday.
Yeah. So
Did he announce that yesterday? Did he?
Yeah.
Was it at the event?
Pretty much, because
Yeah.
Fags came on stage and said, well, Joe's just announced he's retiring. I think he always said, he said after they lost last year, I'll go around one more time.
Because all the players celebrated Joe when he scored that goal right at the end of the
It
grand
was obvious,
final.
hey.
Like looking
the
back.
celebration, you're
It's
like,
a perfect way to go out.
it is.
Yeah.
But I was at home going, oh, Joe is retiring. The way they got around him, you were like, that's not a normal hug.
No, exactly.
He's
yeah.
really unique, that guy, isn't he,
He's
Joe Danaher?
super interesting.
Is it true that he actually, he plays obviously for the Lions, but he lives in Byron Bay?
Yeah, commutes. They do most of their
That's
training.
a big commute,
I know.
Kendall. That's didn't we put that in the...
Was it
2.5 hours or something?
Or close to, every day.
They do most of their training at Springfield, so that's out towards Ipswich. Yeah, and he's
But he's
commuting
coming
there.
from Byron.
I know.
He's got to go the whole way through the...
He got up for it because they did retirement. They acknowledged the retirees, whatever. And because he just never speaks anywhere. I don't think he speaks.
He doesn't do
to
media.
the media
No.
all year,
No,
right?
He spoke
was his dad like
once
that?
this year to maybe one like a Brownie or someone, like an ex
Yeah, right.
three-peat Lions champion. But that was it, once
But he had to
all
get up for
season.
his retirement speech. He's just like, oh, I haven't got much to say because everyone I'm going to thank, I'm just going to go see one-on-one. Which is a very good point.
Yeah, yep.
So he was up there for like 2 seconds. I was like, okay, bye.
Even the
was it.
players find him mysterious. Like, if we
Really?
find him, they're like, tell us something about Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, Lockie said, no one knows anything about Joe.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snack Box.
I was,
we'll get
I
you
was
up
very
to
sad to
7:30.
see this morning that Fiona McDonald passed away. Did you see that,
I
Lutzy?
did see that yesterday. There was almost like her own letter she wrote in her passing.
Yeah, so she must have written that obviously before she passed
Yeah,
away, and
yeah.
then
To her sister,
I think
yeah.
her sister posted it
Yeah. So Fiona
on her behalf.
Fiona was It's a Knockout with Billy J.
Yeah, so there was Fiona and Jackie.
Yeah,
wasn't there?
I always got the two confused.
Yeah, Jackie McDonald and Fiona McDonald, and they were both very. Do you remember them at all?
I've got
I
no.
don't.
Yeah,
No,
I,
it's a
I-
long
might have
time
been
ago.
before your
I
time.
see the face. I just
Yeah.
googled now. I saw the face and I recognise the face, but don't know it work.
Yeah, well, Jackie McDonald used to go on Hey Hey It's Saturday, didn't
That's
she?
right.
All the time with Daryl Summers,
Yeah.
and then Fiona, who was equally as vibrant and vivacious, she was with Billy J. Smith on It's a Knockout, and It's a Knockout was a juggernaut, wasn't
that was
it?
a
Like,
pretty
that was a big
groundbreaking show. Do you know what that is?
No.
So It's a Knockout was, I guess, one of the first, as your kid, you'd race home. It was like a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And it was like a obstacle course, and each different coloured teams from different states.
Oh,
Yes,
cool.
that's right. It was,
Yeah,
it was
so you
state
were-
against state,
so there was
wasn't it?
different,
Yeah.
There was so for Queensland, it was always like Childers or but they come out in the yellow and wave and
Yeah.
everything like that, and then if Celebrity, It's a Knockout, and it'd be like it's kind of like the first of those. What is it now?
Gladiator?
Wes Denning does
Yeah,
that one.
even- Gladiator,
In
like
America.
I can
Yeah.
imagine that sort of, yeah.
Not Ninja Warrior, but like
kind of. It's
But a less
I
version.
feel
more
like there's
fun
still
version.
a version of this,
Yeah, I'm trying to
like
think.
even called Knockout or Wipeout, or is it that kind of thing?
Yes, it's
It was kind of like that, but it was
kind of like those Japanese game shows.
Yeah.
A bit of all that sort of
Yeah.
mixed in.
But they weren't like elite athletes that were the competitors.
Yeah,
No,
that's
It was
fun.
They were
kind of
just
loose, like the
everyday
bloke
Joes
off the
and
street,
Jills.
and so you'd see,
Yeah.
you know, it's big falls and
Yeah.
and Billy J, because he
That's
was
fun.
commentating the footy at the time, so he was like the perfect fit because he'd come in and give it the whole sports sort of feel to it, and then Fiona would go and interview them. She was like the sideline commentator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A simpler time back then when you think about it, right? Like you talk about racing home from whatever you were doing to catch what was
Yeah.
on TV because nothing was on demand.
100%.
Well, this photo's in black and white in the paper.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was colour TV.
Yeah, we're not that old.
We're not that old, everyone.
I don't know.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie Snack Box.